Ted, Fred, Fred, the bed.
He cannot. She selling?
She selling she sold some.
You forgot what she was selling. Hello everyone, welcome to another day of public speaking activity and also welcoming you to the most uproarious day of tongue twister history. The ultimate tongue twister touchdown. Get ready for the laughter filled linguistic challenge here. Now starting the main event, our brave participants will come here and say the tongue twister. She sells seashells by the seashore. The infamous phrase that you have to say, and I'm sure you will come here and be able to say it. Let's see who is successful in saying so. And the first person who is going to come here would be Anupam Mishra.
She sells by the seashores.
She वह बेचती है. She sells वह बेचती है. Seashells जो होती है उसको बेचती है. By the seashores समुद्र के किनारे. वह समुद्र के किनारे seashells को बेचती है. Got it?
Yes, sir.
She sells the seashells by the seashores. Got it? I'll repeat last time. She sells the seashells by the seashores. Okay, Anupam.
She sells.
Oh, she sells. Starting with the.
She sells by the seashores.
Let's complete the sentence.
She sells
Yes.
by the seashores.
She sells what?
Seashells वह बेचती है by the seashores.
She
समुद्र
sells
के
what? Something she was selling. What was she selling?
She selling seashores.
You forgot what she was selling. You have to tell. Yeah. She sells seashells. वो क्या बेचती है? Seashells को बेचती है. कहाँ बेचती है?
समुद्र
By
के
the
किनारे.
seashore. Let's try again.
Repeat the sentence.
She वह sells बेचती है. क्या बेचती है? Seashells. Seashells को बेचती है. कहाँ पे? By the seashores समुद्र के किनारे.
She sells by the seashores.
You are confusing me. Let's say it again. Let's say it.
She sells.
Yes.
She sells by the
You
seashores.
again said she sells. You have to say she sells seashells.
She sells.
He's saying what is the difference between these? It is one of the same thing. No. There it is she. And here it is shells. You see the difference?
She
Sha
sells.
is used in she there and here in the shells. It is cells and there it is shells.
She sells.
She sells the seashells by the seashores.
She sells the seashells.
Shells.
Sells.
Yeah.
She sells.
She sells. Yes.
She sells
Huh?
by the seashores. She sells the seashores.
Anupam, I will call you again. Okay. Next calling Sneha Shukla. Please come.
She sells the seashells by the seashores.
She. Last word. You were almost correct, but in the end you said she. Let's repeat it. Yeah.
She sells the seashells by
She sells the seashells.
she sells the seashells.
You repeated the same thing. She sells the seashells. Seashells. Last time it is seashells.
She sells the seashells by the seashores.
Yeah, good. You got it correct very soon. Next I'm calling Aditya Prajapati. We will decide the winner very soon. So yeah, do your best.
She sells the seashells by the seashores.
You made it all look the same. आपने ऐसा दिखाया कि सब कुछ समान ही है, कोई वर्ड अलग नहीं है, सा और शा में ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं था. लेट्स ट्राई अगेन.
She sells the
She. Start with she. Wah. It's not
She.
she. Whenever you go in the interviews, the most common mistake that you commit is not saying sa and sha properly. That is the most common mistake that you do. That is why I'm making you do this practice so that you don't commit that mistake again and you improve it here only. So how you say it? She. Say she
She
sells
sells
the
the
seashells.
seashells.
वह बेचती है
वह बेचती है
seashells को
seashells को
by the
by the
sea
seashore.
shore. समुद्र के किनारे. वह समुद्र के किनारे
वह समुद्र के किनारे
seashells को बेचती है.
seashells को बेचती है.
She
She
sells
sells
the
the
seashells
sells
by the
by the
seashore.
seashore.
Say it yourself.
She sell the
Say she.
she
She. No, not coming properly. She. Still not. She.
she
She sells.
sells.
You can say sa very fine, but you are not able to say sha properly. That's what we are practicing on. Let's go again.
She sells.
She.
She she
No, Aditya, you have to. It is one of the native factors that comes into our language. That's called MTI effect, mother tongue influence. Especially for the students of natives of UP and Bihar, it is called mother tongue influence, MTI issue. Whenever you go in the interviews, they say you have MTI issue, mother tongue influence. And what is MTI issue? You cannot differentiate between sa and sha. So that's what we are practicing on here. So please say she.
she
She, yes.
she sells
Yes.
the she sells by the seashores.
Yeah, good. It was better, much better. Okay, calling Prachi Mishra now. Let's see how she does.
She sells by the seashore.
Yeah, it was good, but I would like you to repeat it.
She sells by the seashore.
Yeah, like please come here. She. Like I want more difference. You are putting the difference of 20% between sa and sha. I want more than 50% difference between sa and sha. You have to put
She
more.
sells by the seashore.
One more time.
She sells by the seashore.
But you won last time. Shore. Just stress a little bit more. Not a lot, a little bit more stress. On shores or she, little bit more stress than you put on sa. S. Let's try.
She sells by the seashore.
Oh, Prachi, you are fine, but you have to be much more fine. But yeah, still good effort. Clap for Prachi. But calling Shivan Tripathi. Let's see how it does.
She sells the seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, it was very good in the first attempt only, so we can clap for Shivan. Good, Shivan, you can sit. So you guys can wait for some time. This is time for some giggle break. You can take giggle break, and we'll be back after 1 minute with the second and last round. And before starting the last round, I will announce the winner of this first round. So yeah. Now the time to announce the tangled tongue winner and the champion for the first round. And we are happy to announce that the winner of the first round is Shivan Tripathi. Can we focus on Shivan Tripathi? He is the winner of first round. And in the girls, the girl who did better, there are only 2 girls today. So the girl who did better is Prachi Mishra. So we can clap for Prachi Mishra as well. Laughter is the best medicine, as they say. So I'm sure you took this time to share some jokes or the story as well. But now is the time for the last round, the final round for today. And this is going to be another infamous tongue twister that we are going to share together. And the sentence that you are going to say now, there are two friends. One friend is Ted, another friend is Fred. Ted and Fred. वो एक दूसरे को क्या करेंगे? ब्रेड खिलाएंगे. So how is it going to be? Ted fed Fred the bread. हाँ, feed means खिलाना होता है. I am sure you know. Feed means खिलाना. तो Ted fed Fred the bread. And then turn for Fred. Fred fed Ted the bread. Ted fed Fred the bread. टेड ने फेड को ब्रेड खिलाया. अब क्या? अब फेड खिलाएगा. तो फ्रेड फेड टेड द ब्रेड. And I will not give you a lot of time. I will start with the sequence that we went in the first round, actually in the warm-up round, and that's how you are going to come. So I'll start with the Prachi Mishra, who will come here first. We can clap for Prachi. So are you sure what you're going to say? Please come this way.
Ted fed Fred the bread.
Yes. And
Fred fed Ted fed
okay.
Fred fed Ted.
Say it. You have to say it. It's good.
Fred fed the Ted. Fred fed Ted the bread.
Yes. And Fred ने खिला दिया. अब now you have to say the other one as well, because you took a long pause, so we have to say again. Ted ने खिला दिया. अब Fred की बात.
Once again. Ted fed the bread.
Yes.
Fred fed Ted the bread.
Yeah, good. She got it right. Good one. Now calling Shivan Tripathi from boys after Prachi Mishra.
Fred fed Ted the bread.
Okay, I will like you to say it without any pause again.
Ted fed the Fred.
Okay, again.
Ted
Say it.
Ted fed Fred the bread.
Yes.
Fred fed Ted the bread.
Okay, you got it right. Good, Shivam. Good. Now turn for Sneha Shukla to come here and say her sentence. Are you ready, Sneha? Let's see.
Fed
Starting with Fred.
Ted fed Fred the bed.
No, it's a bread. उसको बिस्तर ही खिला देगी.
Fed
देखो ब्रेड ही खा सकता है ना? हाँ.
Ted fed
Ted fed food. देखो किसको खिलाएगा? जो उसका दोस्त होगा. तो you know who I want.
Ted fed Fred the bread. Fred fed the Ted bread.
The came before its time. Come here, stand here.
Ted fed Fred the bread.
Yes.
Fred fed Ted the bread.
Okay, you got it right. Good, Sneha. Now turn for Aditya Prajapati to come here. I'm sure Aditya can do well here. It's not Sayan Shah, so yes, he can.
Ted fed
Oh, okay.
Ted fed Fred the bed. Fred
No, it's a bread. Don't feed him the bed.
Ted fed Fred the bed.
He cannot digest that. I'm sure he cannot digest. The bread.
Ted fed Fred the bread.
Yes.
Fred fed Ted the
You have
bread.
to repeat. Let's repeat.
Ted fed Ted the bread.
Okay, so let's take a moment to breathe and then start.
Ted
Come here.
Ted fed
Oh no. There are two friends, Ted and Fred. वो एक दूसरे को क्या खिलाएंगे? Bread. बस यही कहना है.
Ted fed the bread.
Oh no. You are forgetting the name of the second friend, and that is Fred. Ted and Fred.
Ted fed the bread.
First friend's name is Ted, and second friend's name is Fred. Let's go.
Ted fed the bread.
वो ट्रेड नहीं है फ्रेड है
One name is Ted, and second name is
Fred.
Ted and
Fred.
Ted and
Fred.
and Ted and
Fred.
Let's say it now. Yeah, go ahead.
Ted fed the bread.
You will not go from here until you say it. You have to repeat. Let's try again.
Ted fed Fred the bread.
Yes, and
Fred
yes.
fed Ted the bread.
Ted, you are almost there. We can try again. I think you can do it this time.
Ted fed Fred the bread.
Yes, and
Fred fed Ted the bread.
it's Ted. You said Ted. Let's try again.
Ted fed Fred the bread.
Yes.
Ted the bread.
You are not saying it correctly. Fred fed. The students who are saying it incorrectly is just because they are not understanding the meaning of the sentence they are saying. You have to feel it while you say it. If you feel it while you say it, you will not get it incorrect. अब जब भी कोई सेंटेंस बोलो, हर वर्ड से उसकी मीनिंग समझते चलो क्या कह रहे हो आप. जैसे टेड फेड फ्रेड. टेड ने फ्रेड को खिलाया. क्या खिलाया? द ब्रेड. नाउ टर्न फॉर फ्रेड. फ्रेड फेड टेड. क्या? द ब्रेड. है ना? So you have to feel the meaning as well while you say it. जैसे आप कह रहे हो तो आपको सारी मीनिंग ही समझते चलनी है. Now you.
Ted fed Fred the bread.
Yes.
Fred fed Ted the bread.
Okay. Yeah, you got it right. Good. Perfect. So the last participant for today is Anupam Mishra.
Ted fed Fred the bread. Fred fed Ted the bread.
Was it correct?
No, sir. Ted. Repeat. I repeat. Ted fed Fred the bread.
Yes.
Fred fed Ted the bread.
Yeah, he's right. He did it right. Good job, Anupam. So great job, everyone. Now it's time to crown our tongue twister titan today. And we are going to have just one champion. And I gave it a thought and found the champion for today is Shivam Tripathi. Let's clap for Shivam. Please come here. And we are going to crown him with some drum roll. The clappings, please. Good job, Shivam, and keep it up. Please sit down. So, just want to say that mastering tongue twisters is a great art and it's a surefire way to learn English while having fun. So, keep your spirits soaring. Keep learning English because it is going to help you a lot. Thank you, everyone.